Well, what can I say? My apologies for that. You know, we're talking about a technical piece of equipment here. Of course, when you're dealing with cameras and live stuff and all that kind of thing, leads with little micro leads and inputs and stuff like that, always, you know, kind of expect things like this to happen, but fortunately enough, it's quite rare for us to have this happen. But anyway, listen, welcome back to part two. We're going to bring you the rest, hopefully, of the session, which is 2-7 right arrivals, and I've got a 747 behind me, so let's have a look at that. And Brandon, I think it was, who just brought me a coffee. Brandon, thanks mate, you're a star for braving the conditions. Whoa. Right, check your panning, Jilly. Just make sure your panning's good. Everything's fine. Just keep me. Just give me a yes, 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 yes. Okay. So fortunately, it's not freezing here. Neil Ward showing his age there. Put a shilling in the meter. Purring, Boeing 747 purr. I think it's a travesty when they retire these things that where they end up is just literally a slaughterhouse. They get broken down. The engines are obviously removed because there are a number of aircraft. Those RB211s still worth a lot of money, still within their operating window in terms of being able to continue powering aircraft, but of course the aircraft reaching its operational end of life. However, saying that, you know, the trouble with it is that you could theoretically sell the aircraft or lease it on, but British Airways are just not interested in any of that. So they'd sooner just break the aircraft up. Because it's cheaper, it's actually more economical to do it that way than it is to lease it on or something like that. It looks like a Boeing 777, possibly American Airlines, making its approach into runway 27 right, London Heathrow. Welcome back, folks. My apologies for the little technical issues that we had there. Braving the conditions and coming over and dropping that coffee off to me. Very much appreciated, my friend. Thank you so much. So that's 747 heading out for departure on 27 left. Thank you, Taft. Thank you to everybody for your kind support. You know, it is it's made even more tricky when you're standing up here, you know, freezing your things off. And of course, oh, I'm on another chat now, and I have to close that one down, don't I, Jilly? I'm on the wrong one, aren't I? So I need to refresh that potentially. Is that a new one there? Is that a new one there? James O'Brien, am I seeing there? And oh, hold on a minute. Oh, there we are. Is that the KXDN official? KXDN. Welcome to KXDN. Hey, there we go. Way, go on, son. Wow, that was pretty gnarly, man. So what have we got here? We've got the right ones. Ella St John. Oh, where it looks like I've got everyone's points on the GP. Not just is that right? I've got on YouTube. Well, I don't. Have you got Omar Mahmood, King Ali, Bader H2005, Michael Forrest, the last. I'm watching the wrong one, aren't I? No, I'm watching an old one. Yeah. No. They do have slight, as you can see from the sock there, let's just see if I can find the bleeding thing. Live streaming, got a live streaming. Photo events. Jeff Godden, Matt Carrier. Is this the one here? GP with a 777 in it. Okay, so what we've got, Lee Davis, Stephen Oxborough. Okay, there we go. Lee Davis, Stephen Oxborough, Stuart Richardson. Thanks for your patience, folks. Much appreciated. Wind's really picking up here. As you can see there, look, you can see how much the wind is picking up, and of course, judging from the windsock. Some people call it other things. I prefer to call it the old school term, which is the windsock. Bless ya. So now, sort of pointing the aircraft into the northerly wind. Might put the right-hand wing down a little bit, dip that left right-hand wing, just to aid. There we go, just to aid in the landing control sequence. Sweet, greasy. Of course, the crazy thing is, you know, and of course, a lot of people know this, but a lot of people don't know this. Is that, you know, you can switch from being an A319 or even an A318 pilot to type rate yourself and get yourself flying on an A380. Can you believe that? It is crazy, but the instrument systems themselves are you know, not too dissimilar across the different variants of aircraft. So you know, if you're a 318 pilot, you can very easily rate yourself. Looks like a little Embraer with KLM. Get yourself flying an A380. We're back anyway. We've cured the issue, the technical issue. At least I think we did. We have a coffee. Thank you. This time it's an actual coffee, not a latte, but an actual coffee, which is quite interesting. Looks like we have. See, look, you can see the side slip now. Oh, come on, son, flip it, heck. Yeah. And I think playtime's over, so you've got to go back into your classroom, you numbskull. Yeah, grown-up adults speaking like that. I mean, you know, Burke, absolute Burke. And yes, look up the terminology of a Burke in the company rhyming slang if you want some. That's what I'm talking about with the dirty flaps there, folks. Really? Blimey. So welcome, folks, welcome back. My apologies again. Stuart Tyne loving the KLM. Horseman, Mark Sanderson. It always amazes me how a right-handed captain on an Airbus can become comfortable using a side stick. Well, I have to be honest with you, Mark. When I flew the, and I know there's no comparison, don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting any sort of like heroics here. Wow, look how, whoa! Now look, that's a side slip, that is. Look at that. He's all over the gap, this boy. Ottie's in the house. This guy's a bit nose heavy. Very, you'll watch him kick it. Look, he looks like he's heading straight towards us. But he's on the drift, pointing the aircraft into the prevailing winds. And this is one of our retro jets, Negus 747. Oh yes, he's greased that. He must have enjoyed that big old side slip coming in. Yeah, and that of course is the model. We've got the model of that with its flaps and slats extended from our good friends out there in Las Vegas. Gemini jets, unbelievably detailed, you know, right down to the little masts on the fuselage. You know, even the gear, the landing gear is the great thing about that. You know, a very simple change that these model companies have made. I think Gemini may have been the leaders to bring it into practice, but the use of magnetic attachable and detachable undercarriage on the aircraft just makes it just a whole lot easier to detach or attach the undercarriage on these models, so you can turn them from flying to gear down literally within a few seconds. British Airways Boeing 777 looks like 200. Being sticked up slightly. So he's sticking that left wing. All calm and collected on board that aircraft. Very little, minimal reverse thrust. Branster 247, welcome to economy, Branster. Listen to this, folks. Listen to this. Just listen to it. Listen to it. Branster 247 is the one who bought me the coffees. Branster, thank you so much, Brandon. Boeing 747 with One World, part of the One World Alliance, sharing with American Airlines. Of course, Qatar as well, amongst others, on the One World Alliance program. I flew out on American Airlines to Chicago, came back on British Airways, flew out on the American Airlines Dreamliner, which I have to say was fantastic. Had the tilt slide in economy, which I was most surprised at. very comfortable ride with American Airlines, and a great crew as well to boot. So it looks like we may have a solution. Oh, he's going to turn right at us. Yes, here we go, son. Yeah, here we go. Give us a flash, man, give us a flash. Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah, so we do have our solution to trying to contact. It seems as though we may have a solution to trying to give our money away, literally, to the Flying Start Children's Charity with British Airways. Raised the money on Christmas Day. A lot of you will remember that. Of course, we had to wait for a month for it to be paid out, and then we've just been waiting for these guys to actually acknowledge the fact that we want to give them the money. Alan B is curious to know just how long it takes for an aircraft to go around. Well, Alan, to be honest with you, there is no sort of like set procedure in terms of going around. The aircraft will climb out to a certain altitude. The tower will then give him, vector him or her into a one of the holding patterns, or she may just do a complete, depend upon the volume of traffic that's happening at the time. So she might just do a complete lap of a circuit of the airfield and then come straight back in again. But normally, you know, we usually see them around about 20 minutes it takes for the aircraft to go back out, do a circuit. It may have to go into a holding pattern, which will obviously delay it. But then once it's done that, it will be back on the ILS before you know it. Instrument landing system, that is the ILS. I think that little that tower there is partially to do with the ILS, the instrument landing system, possibly controlling the patties, which is the light system, which basically tells the pilot whether he's high, too low, too left or too right of the centre line, lining up on the runway. David Edmonds, good afternoon to you. She's side-slipping, as you can see here, putting her nose into the prevailing winds, as you see. We've got a slight northwesterly now, so she's literally crabbing towards us. And then just as he reaches a certain point of around about 50 feet, maybe less, he'll swing the aircraft round with a kick of the rudder with his feet. So this is a very gentle procedure that he's doing now. In fact, he's brought the aircraft round straight already, more or less. Very small movements, increments with his feet and on the yoke. Auto throttles. Yeah! What a landing, man! Yeah! Sweet! Bus! Oh yeah! Well, it's not raining. What's that, GP? Sorry. Oh, Steve Kelly, the tower is the glide slope part of the ILS. So thank you. So when you will hear on the onboard systems will say glide slope. So that's basically keeping the aircraft on a trajectory, a level, a gradual descent on the what is known as the glide slope. So thank you for that. And Shizmas, the localizer. That is the localizer. the end of the runway that you can see that big array of lights there. Who did? A cat. Oh yeah, Mark Sanderson, what were you going to tell us about the right-handed pilot flying with the left hand? Yes, when I flew the A380 simulator at the Emirates Aviation Experience out there in East London, it was quite interesting because I am right-handed. Okay, I play golf left-handed, but that's only because my dad played golf left-handed, and I used to use his clubs to hit the apples around the apple orchard, but that's another story. So I'm kind of ambidextrous, but I cannot write with my left hand. It looks like a 5-year-old trying to write. But it was quite interesting because I managed to execute a very, very smooth and accurate landing using my left hand on the stick of the A380, which, of course, as you're aware, is as opposed to the yoke that you get on a Boeing, it is a side stick, and it was remarkably easy actually. And I think mainly that is because of the small increments that you have to input. It's not like you have to use it robustly or anything like that. And of course, the hand sticks are ergonomically designed to fit, your average hand, so to speak. So it is much like a games controller. Craig Whitmore, SIDS are or standard instrument departures, and stars are standard arrival routes. So there we go. So Mark Sanderson, hope that clears that up for you. Emmy Roulard, Seeing Offers Blue, Horseman, Welsh Arrow, Thai Airways 380, June the 10th. I give a wave and I be off on my holidays. So well done and congratulations to you, Welsh, lucky person going off on their holidays on Thai Airways. Seeing Offers Blue, yes indeed, on board side. She's sitting there. So yeah, just to reiterate, folks, that the Big Jet TV official fan zone page, or group, should I say, is available to come and join right now. If you're a fan of aviation or Big Jet TV, if you're a journalist, we welcome all walks of life, literally, into Big Jet TV's fan zone. But I would ask you please just to read the rules and regulations that are associated with the group, much like any group that you find on Facebook. But obviously it's important if you're going to run a page that has, good people, good chat, and nice people involved in it, you need to obviously moderate it. We've got moderators in there. So if you do have any questions, the pages or the group is not to ask questions about, membership, about merchandise and so on and so forth. If you want any questions answered about that, then please email us at info@bigjet.tv. What handicap am I? Somebody asking me. I've been down to 6 actually, 6 on my golf handicap. But since I've been doing this, Mark Ellison, good day. Since I've been doing this, I've gone back up to sort of like 14, between 10 and 14, depending upon how I feel, which my friends wouldn't like to hear. But you know, I'll play off a 10. Depends on who I'm playing with, really. We normally play off 10s. Funny enough, I took a picture of it when we were in quite an extensive hold over Surrey on Tuesday morning with my flight coming back from Chicago. Flew over, obviously, a sea of golf courses. Surrey is just a beautiful area to play golf. Some real royal and ancient courses spattered around Kent and Surrey area, and of course all over the English countryside. But one particular course that I saw, which funny enough on Google Earth is actually not updated yet, but I noticed that one of the bunkers there looked like a bunker, but I think it's actually a chalk, you know, like the chalk man. What's it called? What was it? Not Wilmington. Sussex. There's a chalk man of, or is it a horse? There's a horse down in Sussex as well. Yeah, but there's a white horse down in Sussex as well, near Newhaven, which is the long man of Wilmington. That was it. Yeah, that's the long man of Wilmington, and they seem to have done the same thing with a Spitfire on the side of a hill. Anyway, Michael Skip Etihad 380 turning onto the approach, fourth to land, and there she is. Thank you, Michael. We have her on radar. Melvin Laycock. There will be a weekend show this weekend. I would never let you down, folks. I'll always be out there for the weekend at some point. Not sure where we're going to be yet. We'll make the decision tomorrow, whether we're going to be out on Friday or Sunday. Not 100% sure. More than likely Saturday, but you never know. It might be a Sunday show. Emmy Roulard, it's real bumpy, especially on approach and finals. I have bruises to prove it. Mark Ellison, good day to you. Scott Goo, Keith Grafton, the Piltdown Man. No, the Piltdown Man actually the Piltdown Man is a story behind that. Yeah. Oh, easy, son. Yes, but they reckon it was a fake. The Piltdown Man has never been proven because they found a Neolithic remains of a Neolithic man, which they believed to be a long time ago. Long time ago. And I've actually I've had a drink a number of times in the Piltdown Man in Sussex near Uckfield. But yes, apparently the story behind the Piltdown Man was that it was a fake, but I don't know whether that was true or not. So maybe you can update me on that. So this is an A380, folks, and behind it is a 747 by the looks of it. Still with her gear up. So she's probably just over the stadium at Twickenham around about now. Somewhere around about there, or the gardens. Looks beautiful with her gear up still in that flying configuration. Slight nose up attitude. Here come the gear now. Mains. Everything all down at once, unlike the 380, which has the outboard undercarriage drops first, then the belly gear will drop. So here we go, Etihad first to kick off. So this is the second London livery that we've seen with Etihad coming in on their 380 this morning. Here we go. Beautiful Latam 777 pushing back. Shame not to see the Star Wars livery, but hopefully we'll see her again quite soon in at London Heathrow. Was great to fly with LATAM from it was Madrid, wasn't it? From Madrid to Frankfurt. Apparently stopping that service now, but we were very fortunate enough to fly on her Dreamliner, and what a great flight that was as well. Boeing 747. So a little bit of a let up in the windy conditions, well, more so the rainy conditions, should I say. Sorry about that. Boeing 747, here she comes now. It's like a new inboard, either they've cleaned that or it's a new inboard flap assembly, but looking at that from the other side as well, looks like she's just had a good clean. Of our friends in from Brazil watching today. Hope you're well wherever you are in the world, enjoying your aviation fix for a Thursday. Air Canada 767 with a smoky startup, just caught one of the engines. Welsh Arrow, yes, you're very right. It is a busman's holiday, and of course the courses that I do play around Surrey, you regularly see the aircraft circling the field. Looks like Gulf Air's Dreamliner with the 70 livery on it. That LATAM triple is making his way up towards here. What time have we got? 41. So she's still going to go out at 27. In fact, there she goes. She's going to... oh no, he's on tow, look. Maybe going to gate, I don't really know. Of course, if you joined us in Chicago, one of the things that would have been remarkable, quite remarkable, was the fact that so many of the aircraft there that were being moved from, after having disembarked their passengers, to taking the aircraft over to remote stand, they would go under their own steam, and which is quite incredible when you think about it. Quite remarkable. The thing is that they actually did the exercise, and I'd still like to see the statistics on that and how they actually calculated it. But apparently it's cheaper to take the aircraft to remote stand under its own steam than it is to tow it in a tug, which is quite interesting. Obviously those tugs, they're like 40 odd tons, weigh a hell of a lot, use a lot of diesel. In terms of their fuel burn, it's quite considerable, but at the same time the whole procedure of starting up an aircraft. Mind you, apparently they do run they do run them on both engines, which is quite surprising, really. Again, but you would think that it would be, you know, in terms of the carbon footprint that an aircraft would leave, you know, it's obviously more of a carbon footprint if they're using the tug to get it from its gate to remote stand. Anyway, there you go. Little bit of information there. Yeah, it is. It's good. That's good. Keep that line of communication open, which is good. What's she asking for again? What's she asking for? You couldn't do it via. You tried to do it by. Oh, okay. You know what? This is crazy, but I think this is the first 3:30 that we've had coming in today on the show so far. So you might see a little bit of runway dispersal in terms of the water. Looks like it may be. Is it Virgin? Can't really make it out just yet because of the angle of dangle. Oh no, no, that's not. It's Turkish, isn't it? Turkish. So Turkish A330 300, I think. Not able to see just yet because of the again because it's straight on at me. But watch out for the undercarriage. Yeah. Here we go. No. Very derated. Of course, the effectiveness of those big barn door-like speed brakes or spoilers that are on the wing of these big jets is enough to sort of like bring them to a stop with the brakes and a little bit of reverser action. And when you've got a headwind like they have. That just means that they are able to minimise the amount of wear and tear on the engines, of course, which is what they want to do. And it's cheaper to repair or replace brake pads than it is to repair an engine, of course. Well, it all depends on the level of repair, but okay, Boeing 777-200 by the looks of it. British Airways. Up to your comments in a moment, folks. Set that one down. British Airways, very beautiful. Nice little bit of action from those rollers. Being parked up at the remote stand. Virgin generally using their own tugs here at London Heathrow. Got their own maintenance shed as well, of course. Sir David Beattie, welcome to first class. Sir David Beattie, you are more than welcome. My friend Christopher Bowman, or Bowman, sorry. Welcome to first class as well. Of course, you will be able to join us out there in Toulouse next week, and of course all our upcoming exclusive overseas trips that we do with our members. So we'll be planning March's international trip in the next week or so. Not sure where it's going to be yet, but you can be rest assured that you'll be the first to know. So just going to watch for that Qatar as he climbs out 27 left. There she goes now. Oh, look at that! Royal Jordanian 321. Don't often see that here. Normally they're Dreamliner. So possibly the Dreamliner's gone tech. Maybe the... Yes, that's... I was just going to say that. We do from time to time have the 321 and the Dreamliner in. So it may be that they've just been extremely busy today, overbooked possibly. Scott Good, Stephen Owens, The Horseman, Welsh Arrow, Carol Smith, Keith Grafton, Craig Whitmore, She's Nuts, nothing to lose. Haha, nothing to lose, there you go. Dan Davio, welcome David and Chris, new member, Nuclear Productions, welcome to Economy, Nuclear Productions, you are more than welcome, great to have you here. Was that Chris Kipper Roberts upgraded membership to executive? Well, there we go, Chris. You will be able to enjoy the exclusive first showing of Frankfurt, which is should be uploaded next week at some point. That will be the Frankfurt premiere from our show that we did with our first class members a month or so ago. Of course, after that will be Lisbon, and then we'll be on to the Chicago edit. Leslie Ellington, welcome to first class, Leslie. G. Smith, also welcome to first class. Alicat 65. Does amaze me, anyone else, how those big planes get off the ground. Yes, it does. But again, like I say, the simplest and easiest way to understand the physics behind flight is, and obviously do this when it's safe, folks, put your hand out of the window of a moving car at sort of even as slow as 30 miles an hour and just put it flat to the wind, and then twist your hand up or down, whichever way, on your wrist, and then you'll see your hand will get pushed up or down, and that will give you an idea of the effectiveness of the elevators. Elevate on the back of the aircraft, and how effective they are just to get the aircraft into flight. And of course, the aerodynamic design of the wing is what keeps the aircraft in flight, as well, of course, as the engines. But the engines primarily used for just to get the aircraft moving, get it off the ground. Once it's off the ground, the engines can be put back to, I wouldn't say idle, but a very low rating of thrust, purely because once the aircraft is moving forward, the wings and the aerodynamics of the aircraft, what's keeping it in the air. So it is amazing. It still is incredible, and I still find it amazing these days just to look at especially like at the likes of a 380, or when you see a big 747 freighter fully loaded with the tonnage. When you have to consider, you have to factor in the weight of the aircraft itself, the fuel, and any cargo that it's carrying as well. Here we go. This is a 350. I think this might be BA. Is this BA's 350? No, it's not. Whose 350 is this? Is this Malaysian's 350? There we go. Yeah, I can see the ribbon under the belly. This is MFC as well, I think, isn't it? MAFC? Oh no. It's Alpha Delta. Okay. Oh, Alpha Bravo. Look at that wing, folks. Effortless, glided inside. Boom, there she is. So you're going to see a big bunch of those 350s, 330 Neos, 320s, 319s, 318s. Might even see some testing going on out there. Of course, last time we were out in Toulouse, we had absolutely no idea until literally the next day when they released the information that they were using the automatic taxi, landing and takeoff instrument system on board the A350 1000 test bed out there in Toulouse. It was incredible. We were sort of like, me being such a technical bod, but loving all the technical stuff, I was wondering what the hell it was that they were testing. And of course, because they were running leads through the actual windows of the aircraft, they had to keep it below the altitude for depressurizing. Or below pressure altitude, should I say, or something like that. Below cabin pressure, where you have to keep the cabin basically so that there is a certain altitude that you get to when the cabin becomes pressurized. And of course, was that a new member there? We've got G. Smith, Craig Duck. Welcome, Craig Duck, to first class. PIA 777, 3 minutes out. See an office telling us. So David Beattie got family out there in Calgary. Craig Duck, good day to you. Per, Cathay. Is that Cathay's 777-300 from Hong Kong, 8 minutes out. We're just going to make it, I think. 56, no, looks like they're going to probably vector onto the southern runway, folks. We're starting to see the first of the departures queuing up here. I've got 3 more to come, I think. Really see that that wing profile, the Dreamliner. See it sinks onto the undercarriage. How low she is. God sake! roll it all the way down there to T5, son. Very little need for any excessive wear on the engines through reverse thrust when you've got over 2.5 miles of runway. Here we go. Big Joe, number 1 Redsman. Jerry bought the Uniden Bearcat 125's XLT scanner. Wondered, have you personally tried it? Can't wait till it arrives. Number 1 Redsman. Yes, it is. It's a great radio. And most definitely. Did you buy it from Radio World is the question. I hope you did, because obviously those guys will tune it in for you. That's the key with getting a scanner. It just completely baffled me. This is PIA's 777. If you buy from Radio World, their banner is on our website, folks, bigjet.tv. Make sure you mention Bigjet TV. They'll give you a discount on the radio, and also tune it in for you as well, free of charge, which they normally charge for. Look at his little nose, look. Nice. Oh, look at that Virgin 350 going out. He did get it from Radio World. Good man, good man. Okay, last arrival of the day, and then we've got departures. This is Dreamliner going out. So they're all starting to making their way out. We definitely get that. So get a couple of departures before we head out. Some noise. Is it? Swiss A220. Slinger 380, 40 minutes out. Seeing off his blue, she'll be coming in on the other runway. This is ex-Air Berlin Eurowings in the ex-Air Berlin, of course now defunct Air Berlin. Talking about defunct airlines, I did see, oh is it? Oh right, just red and white. Wow, look at that. Well, have been one of those ones that we saw parked up in Düsseldorf. Remember, all those after Berlin, Air Berlin went down the tubes. There were a load parked up there, weren't there? First going out. Look at that beautiful Swiss A220 parked up there, just sitting there, looking very beautiful. Sexy singular. Stormy weather. Yeah, it is, man. Well, that's actually, to be honest with you, that is the weather that I've just had to endure. And of course, the weather out to the west that's coming this way. There is some pretty nasty stuff by the looks of it on its way, but I'll be gone by then. Yeah, did read there is an airline that Aaron Ikin possibly, welcome to economy, Aaron, sorry, I've got your name wrong there, my friend. What's this? Oh yeah. That's a bit peculiar. I must have done that in my pocket or something, Julie, that changing of the guard. Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't really know. Stephen Richards, £5 a month, save my bacon. It's got a bacon thing up there. Everybody welcoming Aaron. Kay Christiansen, upgraded to first class membership. Welcome, Kay. You are more than welcome. Thank you, sir. You, of course, will be joining us next week, along with all our other members, out there in Toulouse, France. 2 days out in Toulouse next week, folks. So we should get ourselves quite a lot of decent action from the southern France assembly plant down there in Toulouse for Airbus, of course. I've now got an assembly plant in America as well with the A220. Great looking jetliner, man. So you might hear a little bit of a howl as she spools up. The Wookiee. Space age front window. Great looking jet. The Wasp. What waspy in it? Whisper jet. Of course, out we go. Yeah. Of course, what you'll see, what I'll try to show you is people talking about how amazing it is that these things get off the ground. Give you an idea of how they do by the elevators, of course. That's just basically how the aircraft... Hello? Hello? Is he coming towards us? Is he cranked? Or what's going on here? Seems to be sitting at a bit of a funny old angle there. Shot ices, peanuts, oranges, get them while you're on. Ocelot snoozes, pigeons' toes. Mark Sanderson's just giving us a weather update there. Winds. Heathrow forecast 40 mile an hour southwesterly gusts from 11 AM through to 3 PM, much lighter on Sunday. Oh, well, Mark, looks like that might have sealed the deal then, sir. We might well be. Thank you for that, sir. We'll be doing that on Saturday. Another repeat of today's show. Is that so? Oh, that's funny, man. Oh, that's nuts. RTO for this streamliner. RTO for this streamliner. Yeah, I thought he looked a bit off, you know. He's going to exit there, I think. Is he coming off there? No, he's not. Yeah, that didn't look right, mate. I have to be honest with you. Now, is it maybe just a temporary, like a little warnings come up on the boards, and he's maybe just going to do another circuit, just go round again. Let's go round again. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh well, we get a good look at her. So the boys on the flight deck. Trying to troubleshoot this issue. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, just had a little. Is this a scheduled flight, G? It's not a test flight. Okay. Maybe we'll turn back the hands of time. Let's go round again. One more time. Do, 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 do. What you gonna do? Kevin, welcome. Kevin, welcome to Economy. Possibly, yes. But then again, not if I get onto it this afternoon. No, he's going back to gate, he's going back to gate. Right, whilst that is happening, let's just get this Smoky firing up his PWs. Oh no, he is going back again. He's going back again. He's turning back for another shot. We're going to have another go at it. Lee Davis, Daniel Pearson, Mark Sanson, and he gets back. All BA Dreamlines, BA Dreamline, BA Dreamline. 1, 2, 3, 4 Dreamlines in the circuit for departure. Okay, making a big mess of the runway at the moment as the engines blast the. I've got Air India triple on push. I just want to get the Smoky start up on this. Don't worry, folks. You're not going to miss too much. Yes, oh, that's Paul MK who brought us the. Yes, Paul MK. Thank you for all the refreshments, Paul. Really much appreciated. Lee Davis, what's the rarest aircraft you see? It's got to be the 225 at ILA Berlin. Derek Cohen, Gaz White, warp speed number 1, engage. Not on that Dreamliner just yet. So obviously had a little message come up on the system. So he's going back to try again. Make it so. Alan B. United. Say that. Of course, got some beautiful. Oh, no, say it then. Let me see. Wow, look at the condensation in the engines, man. Look at it. Watch the elevators, folks. This is what is interesting. You watch the very, very small amount of movement in the elevator at the back as he goes for rotate. Sometimes you can actually hardly see it. There it is. Just a very slight pull of the stick, or of the well, it will be the stick on the Dreamliner, of course, because he's running the yoke system. You standard, read all about it. Standard yoke system on the Boeing. Christian Daniel Pop tuning in from Prague. Good day to you. Shiznut Sam Beck just got back from my 747 flight simulator. I flew around Hong Kong Islands. Wow, lucky you, mate. Is that it? What? I've got a special prize. Is that Qatar 350 already coming out for departure? Interestingly enough, what's going on here then, folks? Oh, we must have a runway inspection. That's all I can imagine it could be, because there's now on-tit runway like. There's your Virgin Atlantic Dreamliner, due to go out to Vegas, but doing a rejected takeoff, an RTO just now. And here is one of many hard-working folks from the operations here at London Heathrow, out doing the runway inspection. Normally do it between runway operational changes at London Heathrow. Welcome. Tin Office Blue's got the speakers plugged into the left. Must admit, seeing it from the viewer's perspective, it is quite engaging to watch Big TV. Good afternoon, Tom Aviators. Tune Arman Onat, Locomotive. Locomotive telling us that the Slinger is indeed joining the back of the stack, but that will be out there on the southern runway. Welsh Arrow. Wow. Timmy Toothpicks, Lee Davis. Yeah, just so that people are made aware that every day at London Heathrow, the normal procedure is for the runways to change the runway, the operations from departures to arrivals, and of course going from the northern runway today from arrivals through to 3 p.m. and then departures. Little Brit everywhere. Good day to you. Malaysian 350 parked on a remote stand near T4, not at gate. Okay, that's interesting because hasn't she just come in? So has she not yet offloaded her packs? Angie Brewer. Nice to see landings and takeoffs. We're just waiting for the. Malaysian. Oh, got a low battery warning on the iPad now. Why you little? Why ya yada? Okay, still waiting. Got quite considerable number of aircraft now sitting waiting for departures on runway 27 right. Lee Davis back in 10. Petra Bennis. Petra, hope I got your name right there. Good afternoon to you. Harry McDowell tuning in from Austin, Texas. 236623. Good morning to you. Paul MK, Singapore Super. 6 minutes out on the southern runway, of course. I'm going to take this opportunity. One direction would be right, but I think this charger might be a little bit solid. Yeah, no, not really, no. Let's go round again. Sorry about that, folks. Back the hands are down. Okay, Virgin's going out again. I think he's been given priority for a immediate departure. So let's have a look and see if he makes it this time. Okay, Virgin Atlantic to Las Vegas. Here we go. That's another destination we're looking at doing, folks, Las Vegas. There's the Slinger in the background, I can see. So now that he's a little bit happier this time by the looks of it, by the turn on. I don't know though. I don't know. We'll have to see. Casper Hansen, welcome to Economy, Casper. Where are you from? So that's what you do. Your love for aviation. Virgin Atlantic, Dreamliner landing 27 Virgin Atlantic Dreamliner departing 27 right. Watch for the condensation on the intakes. Exactly this time. V1. Rotate. Wow, that's a long run, man. Sorry about that. Okay, so this should make a noise. Now, she's gonna make a proper noise, this one. Trent 7, Rolls-Royce Trent 7 engines on this Airbus A330 with Virgin Atlantic. Here we go. Could even set an alarm or two on. Big droopy undercarriage on her. More condensation. Formation inside the engine intakes. Not 100% sure on the actual figures, but some crazy thing like a ton of air a second or something like that being ingested by these the typical big fan engines that we see nowadays. Banking shot that 330 going out. Sorry about that. Oh, looks like we might have a little intercept for this 321. It's a Ted Rogers special. Okay, so you picked the nail. Right, okay, so now let's just open up the envelope here and just have a look and see what we're going to win here. Pick the nail. So, right, pick the nail. So the nail, what do you do with a nail? You hit it on the head. That's right, you hit it on the head. So what happens when you get hit on the head? That's right, you get a headache. And it just goes on, doesn't it? I don't know. Congratulations, you've won a packet of aspirin. Daniel Griffiths. Daniel Griffiths will be more than likely London Heathrow, and at this rate probably here at the Renaissance position. Harry McDowell. leading edge aviation performance, I think, is the short term being LEAP engine. Joint venture between General Electric and Safran. Triple 7, here we go, Air Canada, oh Canada. Go with our Canadian friends, and I know we do have a lot. We've got Photoshop playing up after this, Taron's 318, here we go. Yeah. Reach for the skies. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, folks, what we will definitely do is get ourselves a little bit of plastic fantastic action just to close the show off. Russell, welcome to First Class. Russell, right there on YouTube. You are more than welcome, my friend. Steve Kelly, Angela Cooper, Stuart Sykes, Jason Clayton, g'day. Harry McDowell, must be GE or Pratt & Whitney. What's that he's talking about? Welsh Arrow. Turn that 350 round that quick. She only came in about 40 minutes ago. Apparently we're down. 777, I'm in roll. Craig Whitmore, thank you, sir. Glenn Hudson, welcome to a Glenn. Jail to Speak, good afternoon. Two Terrible Toads, welcome to First Class, Two Terrible Toads. Kirsty Finch, Harry McDowell, Positive Rate, gear up. We love all that, son, we love all of that. All the technical spiel, that's why I welcome it here on Big Jet TV. Don't ever, you know, feel that you shouldn't come on and say anything. Just say away, literally. Talk away about your love for aviation and any technical stuff as well. We love all of that because everybody loves to learn stuff here on Big Jet TV about the art of flying and, you know, the avionics and everything about aviation, basically. Of course, we've seen the 318 Neo being tested at Toulouse with the Pratt & Whitney PW 1700G engines. Japan Airlines 777 on the approach. Where's Kaneko? Never see Kaneko anymore. She's done a run-up. Behave. Oh yeah, yeah. Where's Qatar going? Is he hiding behind that chip? He's hiding behind that chip. That's literally being covered by that triple there. Watford FC just in from work, and I've caught some live action. Well, Watford FC, good to have you here, my friend. We are very close towards the end of the show, so perhaps put your feet up, grab yourself a coffee or a cup of tea, bit of cake, and watch yourself some Big Jet TV. Michelle Sandlin. I'm so glad I was able to catch some of the live show after I got off work. There's somebody else just off work. Respect to all nurses and doctors, Martin Smith. Always the case. Respect to all doctors and nurses. My sister, being involved in the nursing, being in the nursing career, all of her working life, more or less. So hats off to her and all the other hard-working personnel, nurses, doctors, physicians, and everyone around the world. Stu Hawkins working first class. Yes, indeed, Max Mitchell, Big Jet first, BA 777-200s are being retired. The first one was last month. Yes, indeed, we're aware of that, my friend. And over time, the BA 777-200 fleet out of London Heathrow will be retired. The 200 fleet down at Gatwick's another thing, of course, altogether. They have refurbed their fleet down there at Gatwick with all new interior, and they look fantabulous. Somebody on the show earlier on telling us that they were building an Airfix A380 model whilst watching the show. Well, always good to sort of like add a little bit of realism to them. Weathering the aircraft is always a good thing. Whenever I've built models, I've built a Lancaster bomber, and weathering is all about. You can get weathering. Here we go, 767. Here. Okay, beautiful. Here we go then, folks. This is a 900 Qatar 350 900. Still got the big wing on it. Both the 1000 and the 900 have the same wing. There is an upgrade that customers can order with the 350 1000 with the big long extended wing tip on it. such a great wing, man. This might be quite loud. 200. Could be GEs, could be Rolls Royce, who knows? Can't see from here. I think it might be Rolls Royce. Trent 8s. Set of ground in Trent 8s. Right. Do this into there. Oh! Well, folks, we made it. Thanks so much for your patience. Big apologies for earlier on with all the technical issues. Just one of those things that happens every now and then. Fortunately for us, and thankfully for us, it is quite a rare occurrence. But thank you for bearing with me through it all. We made it through the rain. So listen, we will be back Saturday for the Saturday show. Looks like we're going to be here in the same position, battling some more winds, hopefully without the rain. But if it rains, and that's what we're here for. We'll just make it through and battle our way through it. But thank you once again, and welcome to all our fantastic new members, and thank you to all our current members as well. We welcome you with open arms, and hope you have a great time. Don't forget, the fan zone, Big Jet TV fan zone, is now available to join on Facebook. If you want to go in there, doesn't matter what channel you're from or whatever, we welcome anybody in there who wants to talk about aviation. Fan zone, Big Jet TV fan zone, FANZONE is where you need to go. Check out that startup. It's right in front of us, it's Air New Zealand. Got to do that, mate. Got to do that. Oh, we're watching taxi now. Max Mitchell was flying for 25 years. Wow, how about that? Chris Simpson just made his first post in the fan zone. Well, there you go. Stu Hawkins is on first class. Welcome, Stu. You are more than welcome, my friend. Max Mitchell was flying for 25 years. Wow, Gaz Wright. See you on Saturday. Just stand by, folks. We're just going to get this. Air New Zealand 777. Elevator and rudder check. Generally called F&F. Started as number 2 yet. I think you might have started them both at the same time. Sometimes does happen. Looks like he has. Goldsworthy, just become a member, loving the content. Ian, sorry, you caught us right at the end of the show, but great to have you with us. Just got in from work and first live show. I'm from Reading and sometimes see the stack turn east on the approach to the finals. Ian Goldsworthy from Reading. Welcome, Ian. Just going to get this ANZ 777 taxiing out for departure, and then we're going to catch up with all you guys and girls back here on Saturday. Got a talk about fan zone. I'm surrounded by people. We've got a contingent of Big Jet TV fans surrounding the van right now. So we've been through 20 minutes. Okay, let's just get this one. It's interesting to see see that he's not making a right, but going left, and then possibly a right straight at us. Here we go, could be turning straight towards us now. Yeah, here he comes. Great shot. Right. Okay. Gotta go sometime, haven't we? We've got to go at some point. We've got some fat. Where are all gone? They're over there on the top, look. That's a Big Jet TV. Right, okay, and got a couple of guys who were just down here just now. I'll say hello to them as well. Always feel a little bit sort of like overwhelmed when there's people down here, because I have to concentrate on the feed whilst looking after those guys as well, so my apologies for that. Half sleeve, we are all Neo, like that, half sleeve ANZ livery, yeah, the half sleeve. Yes, Shiznuts, you're right, mate. Wouldn't make for a half shabby, all too shabby tattoo if you're into your tats, of course. Okay, folks, listen, I'm going to sign off. We'll get more action on Saturday, don't you worry about it. I'll catch up with you, look after yourselves, be good to animals and everything that you do. And I've got to go and get myself warm and get this equipment dried out, so thank you so much, really appreciate it. See you again on Saturday. Might do a little bit of live from the show from the studio on Friday night, tomorrow evening, just to update you on what's going on. But thanks very much again for joining me, really appreciate it. Once again, apologies for the technical issues that we had earlier on. We got through it and we made it happen, so hope you all enjoyed it. Thanks very much, see you on the next show. Cheers, bye bye.